Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether. You know what? I've been thinking about it. What do I see in the future of modern women? Well, because at the way it's going right now, what I see in modern women, the future is that I will see a lot more loneliness in women, right? Not unless they understand and realize their own delusion, right? Guys are not coming back to the plantations, right? Guys are pulling away. The only guys that are willing to be with them are these emasculated beta male simps out there. Those are the only men they get, and those are the men that they do not want, right? The guys, the high value male, they are know what type of woman they want. Once a guy set on the what he want, he cement that thought, and that's what he wanted. Now let's he get what he want, because you gotta understand, right? When you with a woman, when guys with a woman, guys have to understand that these are the women you have to spend for the rest of your life. These are the women you have to be with. Look, these are the women you wake up to every morning, right? And if you don't have that clear sense of what type of woman you want in life, you're just waking up to random thoughts, random women, it's like waking up to different women every day. You don't know what to expect, right? You want to expect the same woman that's consistent with what you expected, the same woman that you got yourself involved with. You don't wanna get stuck with a woman who have random ideas, different perspective, different personality every night. That's a recipe for chaos, right? That's a recipe for chaos. Like that's like being in a relationship with a schizophrenic, a schizophrenic woman, right? You don't want to be that, because those are unpredictability. Guys like to live in predictability. They love to live. They love or want to be in a relationship where they know what's coming, right? Where everything is stable. We like to be in a stable household, because stable household brings us sanity, brings us peace. A unstable household does not bring us peace. That's basically chaos, right? So, unless women understand their own delusional and don't be so dramatic, don't be so picky, don't be so difficult to be with, they will always be lonely. They will always be single. There will always be single women. I mean, throughout the years, right? I mean, in most recent time, there are more single women than it is right now than it is 50 years ago, 60 years ago, 70 years ago, right? Not to say that 70 years ago there wasn't any single woman. There's this term of an old maid, a woman that's never been married. But right now, fast forward today, it's more prominent than ever, because due to the modern convenience of how we disperse information these days. Is very rapid, more efficient, the way we get information. Guys are slowly waking up, because guys have the ability to understand that they're not the only ones who deal with these kind of problems with women, because they're seen through mainstream media, or not mainstream media, seen through social media, text message, and they have a broad reach to other men, and other men can share their experiences with different women. They realize that the majority of women out there are not suitable mate right now, because they take account by other men's as food for thoughts. They absorb what they're saying. They see the light, because most men experience the same thing. But if most men experience the same thing, it's clearly not coincidence that if a guy who's rational, they're gonna add 2 plus 2 together and come up with his own ideas, right? And most guys out there right now have add 2 plus 2 together and figure out that if this is the case of most women, what are the probability of me getting with a woman that's like this? And they understand that they're in a high chance of being in a failed relationship, of being with a woman who's combative, who don't listen to them, right? Who don't worship them, who don't. I'm not talking about worship like pray to ground. I'm talking about love them, right? And that's all our guys want. All our guys want is a woman that listens to him, that loves him, that respect him, that appreciate his presence. Most modern women today aren't like that. They don't. They berate men. They question them, right? They challenge a man, right? Guys don't like to be challenged. If guys want to get challenged, he'll go into a boxing match, right? When a guy get home, he don't want to be challenged by his woman. He don't want to get challenged by his companion, right? He don't want that. There's a reason why you gotta be the woman had to be a support structure for men. If the woman is not a support structure for men, why would he want to be with him? Right? And most modern women are demonstrating they're not a supportive structures. They question men, right? And that's a red flag too. Question men. If a woman questions men, right, it's clearly a sign that she don't trust him. She don't believe his directions. She don't do all these stuff, right? And the guys, when that idea popped into the guy's mind, like, why do I want to be with this woman? She keep questioning me, challenging me, right? And this is modern women. This is the behavior of today's modern women. They like to challenge men. They like to think that they're better than men. Most guys out there, they don't think that they're better than women, right? You want equality? Fine, you can have equality. Right? We modern men right now, they just want to be in a relationship. They just want to be in a loving relationship of a one who reciprocate back the same kind of energy they reciprocated back. That's why I tell guys. That's why I tell guys, when you look for a woman, you do not find I mean, attractiveness play a role too. You don't, but those are just attractiveness is just skin deep, right? Attractiveness also have to be within the person, how she is. That's attractive. That's how I define attractiveness. How she is inside more than just outside of her physical appearances, right? Cause yeah, she's attractive outside, but her inside is ugly. It's like a rotten onion. Would you want to be with that? If she's attractive, but she keep berating you, keep challenging you, no, not challenge like to do better, but challenge you or question you or put you down. Like why would you want to come home to that? Right? And men are understanding this and they're waking up. Right? In order for a woman to not be lonely, to not be, saddened, they have to understand their flaws. Most women don't understand their flaws. Right? Nobody's perfect. That's an old saying, right? Guys understand that. Guys understand that nobody's perfect. Hell, I'm not perfect. I'm a flawed individual. But for some reason, women, they don't understand that they're flawed as well. Right? Most women, I'm not saying all of them, right? Because I don't want YouTube to say, oh, I'm just hating a woman. But I'm not saying all women don't understand it. The majority of modern women don't understand that they're flawed. Right? I understand, like, oh, don't hate yourself, try to tell women, you have high self-esteem. But most women out there, they don't have much self-esteem for them. Right? They think what? Not self-esteem. They're really how do I say this? Delusional. They have too much. When the media tell them they should have self-esteem, they overinflate it. Their esteem is inflated, right? That's why they don't see themselves as nothing below 9 or below an 8. They always see themselves as a 10. Oh, I'm a 10. Oh, I'm a 10. It's overinflated. They don't see that there's illusion. Like, people are flawed, right? I think they see it, but they don't want to admit it, man. But not unless they change, guys are not coming back. They're gonna be lonely in the future. I mean, maybe it takes several years, several decades for them to understand that, but it has to take something extreme, like guys just checking out the relationship for them to understand, right? Maybe it has to take that extreme for them to understand what they're doing is very damaging to the men, damage to society, and most importantly, is very damaging to themselves as well, right? Because it doesn't benefit them. If they alienate all men, it doesn't benefit them. It only leads them to more miseries, more sadness, more loneliness, and they don't want that. I'm sure they don't want that, right? Women who say they don't need a man, and actually deep down inside, I think they really do need a man, right? They're just too proud. They have too pride. They have more pride than men do, right? That's why I think their pride is over dominating anything else in their mind, right? They're too pride. They're not willing to accept it. They're too prideful in downgrading themselves. They're too prideful in accepting the bare minimum. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe you should downgrade not downgrade, but lower your standard a little bit. Maybe that plumber guy, he's not that appealing, he's not that good looking, but yet again, he's very supportive. He has your back. He could defend enemies. He could protect you, right? He will be with you and all that stuff. Maybe that Prince Charming is that diamond in the rough. Maybe that Prince Charming is that guy that you never pay attention to. But they don't see things like that because they don't see things like that. Especially modern day women, if they don't see things like that, they will always lead to them being sad, right? Being depressed, being lonely forever, and now they have to get a cat, and now they have to fulfill it with something else. That's where I think the future of women is, right? The future of women, if they don't wake up and see the forest for the tree, the thing the way it is, it's going to lead them to more loneliness, sadness, right? Depressions, right? And they're going to have to substitute it with prescription drugs. A lot of women out there on prescription drugs try and mask their depression. But I digress on that. Let me know what you think. All right, you think that that's the future of women if they don't improve themselves right now? Because guys, we're flawed. We have areas that we need to improve on, but women. That's not to say that women don't have any area to improve on themselves. But let me know you agree. Leave a comment below. If you like my video, I drop videos daily. Like, share, subscribe. On that note, guys, thanks for watching. Peace and blessings.